Hello. Our group chose data security as our group presentation. My name is Sean. This is Jake, Parker, Peyton, Thea, and Taylor.
So the basics to data security, data may be defined as any type of stored digital information. Every individual, company, or organization needs places to store data and information in regards to their business. A lot of times this data contains proprietary information. This can include employee data, financial data, personally identifiable data, test results, trade secrets, and more. The confidentiality secrecy of this information is most crucial to businesses as they could face major consequences upon the leakage. So what is data security?
According to the Techopedia, data security refers to protective digital privacy measures that are applied to prevent unauthorized access to computers, databases, and websites. The website also goes on to say that data security may also protect data from corruption. This type of security is essential to IT departments in various companies and organizations. Data security may also be known as information security or computer security.
And why is data security important? The most important reason businesses have data security is the fear of financial losses. Data in the company is the most important asset to the company. With a data protection strategy, the data is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and 365 days a year. Without it, it would not be possible. Data security also helps protect their information from online criminals that are trying to get the information from their business.
So what type of threats exist? Sonic Wall's 2019 mid-year threat report showed that at the halfway point of 2019, over 4.8 billion malware attacks had occurred. Some types of threats are malware, phishing, spear phishing, SQL injection, a drive-by download, etc.
So now that we just ranted off a few of those, we'll just go into the definitions of some of them. Malware is software that is specifically designed to disrupt, damage, or gain unauthorized access to a computer system. Phishing then is the fraudulent practice of sending emails purporting to be from reputable companies in order to induce individuals to reveal personal information such as passwords and credit card numbers. We then have SQL injection, which is an attack technique used to exploit how web pages communicate with back-end databases. An attacker is able to issue commands to a database using input fields on a website. Drive-by download is then the infection of a computer with malware when a user visits a malicious website. These downloads occur without the user knowing. Simply visiting the website might be enough to have your device infected. Lastly, we have Trojan, which is a type of malware that is often distinguished as legitimate software.
The four key issues with the security include availability, authenticity, integrity, and confidentiality, which we'll talk about and explain in the next few slides.
So, availability. Data must be available at all times that a person or a company or any organization can find when they need to. This data should and needs to be available to only the appropriate allowed users. And it needs to be able to see and keep track of who is viewing the data as well as who all has access to said data.
Authenticity, need to make sure that all requests to view reports are from authorized personnel. Need to ensure that the data has only been edited by reliable sources. Must confirm the identity of these accessing the system, basically confirm who they say they are. And then they need to verify that any outbound data is going to the person it's expected to get to.
Integrity, you need to make sure that the data had is following the correct rules for one's company or organization. You need to verify that all data is accurate and can be verified at any given point in time. You need to confirm that any data coming externally carries the same rules and is set up in the correct format. Need to be able to report on any data changes that might occur and who is authorized to confirm those changes. Everything must be compliant with the company or organization's privacy and the corporational rules.
Confidentiality, this is one of the most important aspects with data. One needs to ensure that this data is only available to the people it should be. The entire database system as well as data must be secure from both internal and external system breaches. Must be able to confirm at any given point who is viewing this data and has access to it, and what all they have done with the data. And any legal or sensitive data must be highly secured at all times in case of potential risk that something happens to a business.
Optiv is the largest leading data security in North America. They also are the leading company in cloud security. They help organizations with providing data security, cloud computing, circuiting strategy with business performance. They are the leading data security because they offer services like technology identification, proof of concept and design, quick start, health check, and optimization, integration and upgrades, and resident program as well.
So next we will get into the different types of data security.
Data backup. According to information online, a data backup is the result of copying or archiving files and folders for the purpose of being able to restore them in case of a data loss. As a business, you want to back up your data as much as possible. You can either store your data in a physical storage device or in a server.
So there's also data recovery. According to information online, data recovery is when you have to reclaim your data due to damaged storage or if you lose it. The process of data recovery is done in a clean room by trained engineers, and when the data is damaged or corrupted, the engineers work directly with the data to restore them using different types of software tools. When you do regular data backups, it does help with the process of data recovery. And if a business has a data security strategy, then data recovery is also a part of that security strategy.
Another one is firewalls. According to Cisco Security, a firewall is a network security system that monitors and controls incoming and outgoing traffic based on the security rules. A firewall establishes a wall between trusted and untrusted users in a network such as the internet. You can restrict access and prevent the spread of malware in your systems. Firewall is the first line of defense in a network strategy, as you can see from there. The internet and then the firewall will be the first one to line of defense before it gets into everything else. And a firewall can be hardware, software, or both.
So then we have authentication. Both authentication and authorization are two key components with data security. Authentication technology verifies or makes sure that a user's credentials matches those that a company or organization has within their database. Authentication today can be shown by using various passwords, PIN numbers, different cards, TIN or social security numbers, and security tokens. According to Looker, authentication is made easier through single sign-on technology, which with one security token allows an authenticated user access to multiple systems, platforms, and applications. Both of these types of systems are what determines what a user is allowed to see and view on a website.
Access controls, this is what authentication slash authorization happens through. Access control systems can include 3 different systems. 1, discretionary. This allows access to resources based on the identity of the user. 2, role-based, assigns access based on one's role and allows user to access only information specified to their role. And 3, it's mandatory, allows a system administrator to strictly control access to all information.
Encryption. Encryption is the method where information is converted into secret codes that hide the information's true meaning. This type of software uses an algorithm called a cipher and the key to turn the normal text into an encrypted ciphertext. This cipher data is unreadable to personnel that don't have access to it. The data then can also be decrypted by a user that is authorized with a specific key.
Data masking. According to Search Security, data masking is a method of creating a structurally similar but inauthentic version of an organization's data that can be used for purposes such as software, testing, and user training. Data masking is the process of hiding original data with modified content. One of the main reasons you apply masking to a data field is to protect the data that is classified.
Tokenization. According to Search Security, tokenization is the process of replacing sensitive data with unique identification symbols that retain all the essential information about the data without compressing its security. What's the difference between encryption and tokenization? The primary difference is the method of security each uses. Tokenization uses a token to protect the data, whereas encryption uses a key.
So now we have deletions and erasers. When data is no longer needed or relevant, an individual or a company can just erase or overwrite any of the data that they don't need. Erasure and deletion differ in the fact that deletion is the process that simply hides the data, but it still makes it easy to retrieve if they ever need to go back and pull it up. And erasure does not allow for this to be done, so once you erase it, it's gone forever.
After going through all the examples and definitions, our group thought it was important to find an example in today's news to relate to the topic and show why data security is super important. So in the article listed up there, Security Magazine shares that according to new research, 96% of IT professionals agree that data attackers are outpacing their medical enterprises, holding providers in various companies and organizations at a disadvantage. Black Book Market Research surveyed over 2,876 security professionals from 733 provider organizations to identify gaps, vulnerabilities, and deficiencies amongst hospitals and physicians that are ducks for data breaches and cyber attacks. Thus far in the year, healthcare providers continue to be the most targeted organizations when it comes to cybersecurity breaches, them being 4 out of 5 total breaches in today's world. For medical institutions alone, data breaches will cost them $4 billion by the end of the year. Cyber attackers continue to become more and more smart, which is why companies and organizations need to continue becoming more smart as well and implementing these data security systems into their businesses.
One thing to always remember is that data breaches happen with only the click of a button, so you need to know the signs of scammers and their hacks and be cautious with every click you make.
And this is our worksite page. Thanks for watching.
Oh.